Hi, it's Bryson here. Out in nature. It is absolutely lovely out here. Back by the lotuses again. Absolutely beautiful. It's lovely. I joined the Great Resignation. Effective yesterday, I decided to finally remove a job, an employer from my life that was increasingly becoming very parasitic. This was basically the first job that I've worked after all of this stuff's been going on. It was a job that did not resonate with my heart at all. Very much boiler room sales job, high pressure, micromanaging. The company came up with sneaky ways to keep people's sales money and different things, which I'm not going to go into specific detail about, but anybody out there who's ever worked a high pressure boiler room type sales job, you know what I'm talking about when you work for these types of sales organizations that treat you like a number. You are nothing more than an investment asset to them, and the only thing that matters in these organizations is money. That's it. The wellness of their employees comes second to this. I was beginning to develop carpal tunnel syndrome because of the high data entry demands of this job. The things and the way they were doing business wasn't resonating with me as well. And so I decided to cut this parasite out of my life. What's even crazier about it is that, at this job, I would overhear even the top salespeople talk about how broke they are, even though this organization would always talk about how money, work, get money. And I was sitting in the lunchroom one time, and the top salesperson was talking about how they were so broke that their card declined and somebody had to buy them a sandwich. So I'm thinking okay, what in the hell is fucking going on here? And so, something incredible is happening in humanity. People are actually starting to, this uniqueness of what has been happening to humanity for the last year and a quarter, however long it is, maybe a little longer now. People are reevaluating what do they want to do with their lives, and more people are realizing that you were not put on this earth to give away the majority of your quality waking hours to doing something and being somewhere that doesn't inspire you, and that where you don't want to be, and where you are counting down the clock like a prison sentence, and you're miserable there. And ever since I quit, since yesterday, I've been getting messages from people who are still there. And some of the people are talking about how just this place is crazy. It's just it's a toxic place. And I can tell you without a doubt that my health was being negatively affected by this. Last year I was free and I spent a lot of time out in nature. I mean, I still spent time in nature, but not as much recently because of being under fluorescent lights in an office downtown, all day long. And I got some blood work done at the doctor recently, and my vitamin D levels were low. And I was showing some signs that my health has been in decline from being, in a cage, being in this office in a stressful job that isn't inspiring me. And, I want to make sure that I state that with this whole Great Resignation that's happening, this does not mean that people need to, that everybody is necessarily going to go to not working a job. I'm not saying that. What is happening is people are reevaluating how they spend their time. We've been conditioned from an early age to just accept the deal that is given to us. It's yeah, it sucks. This is just life. This is how the real world works. You go and you spend all your life and just give it all away. Just not doing, just so you can survive. And, you just look at how there are those people at my office, they spend 5 days a week, just all day there. And then there's a period coming up soon that is related to the industry that this is in, that's actually going to start demanding even more hours from these people. People are going to be asked to work 11, 12 hour shifts in this miserable job that people are not happy in. And that was definitely affecting my health. And then one of the people that actually contacted me today was talking about how they believe that they're getting sick from working at this job because the environment is just so toxic. And so something is happening. There's a major paradigm shift. Humanity is starting to realize that we don't have to accept this, what's the word I'm looking for? This bill of goods that we've been sold. To just spend all your life counting in a job you hate, counting down the shift like a prison sentence, and then be broke and then bury yourself in debt that banks make up out of thin air, and just be a happy slave, just giving all your life away. And, this life that we live, this is a transitory experience. We have so long to be here. So you have to ask yourself, are you going to give away the majority of this precious fleeting life, spending the majority of time doing something that doesn't inspire you? Or are you going to make a shift in your career and say, I want to do something that's actually going to resonate with my heart? And that's what I decided to do. And I do not regret my decision. And the bottom line is that I had a legitimate reason to leave that my doctor even agreed with, which is that the demands of this high data entry, high pressure job, it was causing my health to decline. I was getting carpal tunnel syndrome. My vitamin D levels are looking funny, and all these kind of things and everything. And other things were just looking off in my blood work and everything. And I know that it has to do with the stress, because it was validated when one of my former former coworkers text me and talked about how they're starting to feel sick from the stress of working in that place. And so, we are conditioned in the Matrix to be afraid of taking a stand like this and being part of this movement called the Great Resignation, because we're made to fear some sort of consequence for doing it. That, if you don't just accept, just being miserable and just being miserable, you won't make it. Yes, I will. I'm just going to find something that I want to do. And whether that involves me doing something where I am an employee that inspires me, or if it means I go totally on my own, it doesn't matter. And so something big is happening. People are realizing that we live our lives the way we do primarily for no other reason than the fact that we've been conditioned to see the world as working this way and following this agenda that keeps the majority of people being slaves, basically. Like the people at my job talking about how broke they are, and they're the top salespeople there. And so moving forward, I am going to be moving toward things that actually inspire me, and places where I'm more than just an investment asset, being drained of all of my physical, mental, and spiritual energy. So I think that everything's going to be fine. A lot of people are panicking about this Great Resignation. No, the world's not over. The world's not going to end. What's going to happen is employers are going to have to actually start treating their employees as the valuable assets that they are, because more people are realizing who they are. I'm not a number. I'm not something for you to just exploit. And then it's just like everybody at this job that I left is miserable there. Most people that I spoke to about this anonymous survey, or so they say it was anonymous, that they did with the employees, where everybody that I spoke to said that they were just brutally honest about how unhappy they are at this organization. And yet nothing has been adjusted yet, or at least when I was last there, just nothing was adjusted. And so corporate America is going to have to revamp what it's doing, because people, after this last year, of so many people being liberated and being free. And then also those who still were working, being able to have the flexibility of working at home and be able to go out and do things while working on a laptop. People are now realizing just how much of their life they have wasted in a job they hate. Like why is that the case? I mean, just ask yourself, why do we live in a world where you're expected, and everybody's, this is just how the world works. You spend all day miserable. Why? Did you know that in indigenous societies that live more traditional lifestyles, that despite the fact that we're supposed to be we have so this technology, indigenous people spend the majority of their time actually engaging in leisurely, recreational, and spiritual pursuits, and the least amount of time working. But we think, we're so advanced with our technology, but most people spend all their time literally attached to technology, slaving away on it like a cyborg. And listen, technology, I'm not saying technology is bad. I'm using technology right now. Technology should work for you, not you be working for it. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Something's happening. Something magical is happening in humanity, and things are going to change. And I am actually very positive about the future. The news won't make you think that, but I know it is. And I know that no matter what we go through, humanity is going to come to the next level. So I thank you for subscribing. Please share this video. Please subscribe. And you have a wonderful rest of your day.